Alright, so today we're going to do the coolant flush and installation of one of these flush kits on a 96 Jeep Cherokee. So you're going to need coolant, and I'm going to do a flush, so you may or may not have to. I'm just going to do it just for fun. Coolant looks pretty bad in the reservoir and whatnot. So let's open this up for you. Alright, so as far as the flush kit goes, it says you got to install it on a somewhat straight pipe for the heater. I'm assuming that it's going to be, if you look at your thermostat housing, yeah, but
we have baby hammers and baby shoes.
mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
I did. Okay, so that's your water pump there, so I'm just tracing the system. So it looks like this is the out always, so this guy. So I'll probably put it on that because that says to put it on the intake side of your heater hose. So I'll probably put it right here. Install that flush so that I can easily flush the whole system out, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I don't mess it up and have to buy a new heater hose, so that'll be fun. Okay, so let me get you set up here and I'll get the tools out, and we'll be able to start. Should be pretty fast though. Okay, so this drain plugs in pretty much the worst spot I've ever seen, but I'll show you. So it's under this passenger side tire, just forward of it here, and it is, you can see right there, got it finally loose, but as I pull that, it's just gonna leak all over this stuff. So, and mine was super tight. I don't know if it was seized or what, or not seized, but cross-threaded in there from the last person or what, but it'll come out now. Hopefully I don't make a huge mess. Try not to. It's so tight you can't even get like a tool or anything on there. Keep you out of the sun here at least. Oh, yeah, there we go. Alright, so it's out. It's not really leaking right now, but that's because the radiator cap's not off. So we'll open this. Good. There we go. Throw some kitty litter on it and it'll be fine. Oh my gosh. So we'll let that drain for a while. There you go. Let that drain for a while. I parked on an angle so it'll get all of it out, hopefully. Doesn't actually look terrible coming out there, but my coolant reservoir is really gross looking. So I'll probably take that off and try to clean it out as best I can. You can see. See if I can get you to focus. There you go. It's just got a bunch of stuff in it, so I'll flush it out real good. There we go. So next, now that all the water's out of it, I will measure and cut. So you got to install the T on there. So I think that hose is this 3/4. Let me go check. See which one's going to be the best. People have mixed reviews on these things, but I like them on older vehicles because you can get in there and really flush it out real good. So yeah, I guess it'll be this 3/4 hose here. So yeah, so I'll probably put it right here somewhere. And all I'll do is I'll cut here and I'll cut there and then install that with some hose clamps, and then I'll be able to hook up a hose and really flush it out good. And then it's got a little service cap, so it looks nice. So the only thing you're not supposed to do is put it next to your exhaust, but luckily on Jeeps anyway, exhaust is down there and away from everything, so you'd have to try really hard to put it on there. So I was either gonna put it here or maybe like here. Right there might be nicer. And if I mess it up, it's a shorter hose, which is nice. But yeah, let's see which one's the in and which one's the out here. It's a good call. Well, I guess this one's an in because this one doesn't have the thermostat, so I'm assuming water flows through that one. So I'm gonna put it on the bottom one instead. Yeah, we'll go with the bottom one, because then there's a valve there. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the bottom one because that's gonna get pressure from the water pump at all times. So we'll go there, and it bypasses the thermostat. So I'll just show you once it's done draining. I'll cut this, probably cut a little tiny section so I can shove this in there, and the hoses will be nice and tight. You just got to cut out basically this much of the hose, the thickness of this top piece, so that the hose can sit on both sides and you can get a hose clamp in there. But realistically, all it'll do is make that hose a little bit longer if I don't cut a bunch off and just cut it and put it on. So that's probably what I'll do. Alright, so let me grab some more tools and I'll set you up. Alright, so I decided to cut there, so I'm just going to cut this hose clamp off, or not hose clamp, cut that zip tie off of there. Yeah, I decided off the water pump here, so we'll just put it right here. And this will flush your heater core and everything, so. I thought I had a hose cutter, but I don't, so I'll cut this. Relieve some pressure. Cool, so that hose is cut. Finish drain in there. And try to get it a nice good cut. So this one's not the right size. I'm gonna grab the other one. It's right here. Let's just check. Yep, so that's gonna work. Just gotta grab my hose clamps. Just throw your hose clamp on each side. 1 and 2. And some people don't like these because you're technically adding more failure points, right? So yeah, 2 more hose clamps on the system, but if you're never able to service the system very well, then you're creating your own failure point. And that won't look too bad, so it'll be fine. And you just want to make sure your hose clamp is on this side of the barb. So if you feel in there, you can really feel it. So I'm just going to set it right there. I guess it's a 5/8 heater hose on there. So now you have a nice port right here that you can hook a hose up to and flush your whole system out, which is nice. And the cap's got a pretty nice little O-ring in there, so it should be fine. So yeah, I'll let that finish draining, and then I'll hook the hose up, and then I'll show you how you flush it. The trick is being able to flush it and keep the water that comes out of it, keep collecting it, so because it's bad for it to go in the ground and whatnot. So yep. So I'll get the hose hooked up and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I got the drain plug back installed, and all you do is you take the fitting that they give you. The yellow side goes to the hose. It says it on the actual thing, 2 hose, and then this says 2T. And all you gotta do is hook this onto here. And this is just for the flush. Next I'm gonna do one of the actual treatments for the engine, because it's not good to put just straight hose water in an engine. But I'm planned on flushing it again anyway with actual cleaner, so it'll be good. It's all wet because the first time I tried to plug this in, it sprayed everywhere, so made sure it was on good this time. And this should catch most of the water here. Alright, I'm gonna turn the water on, I'll be right back. Alright, so the water's flowing now. Just gonna flush it till it runs clean. Kind of squeeze all your hoses here. I can feel all the water rushing through all this, so we did put it on the right hose. Make sure it's flowing through the heater core here. So, should be good. Alright, so that's how that fitting works. I'm just going to take it off. Okay, that's off, and then I'll reinstall my cap. This cap stays on the engine forever, and that blocks that from leaking. I'll remove this guy. That fits really tight into your radiator. What are you doing, bud? Want to say hi to the camera?
I did.
Come over here and say hi.
Hi.
Okay, there's the radiator cap on. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing that. I gotta drain it. So, next I gotta drain the radiator again, and then I'm gonna do run some of this radiator flush through it. So you gotta add this stuff, fill up the radiator, and then run it for 10 minutes, and then drain it. And then after you drain it, then you can add the regular coolant into it, and that'll be really really clean in there. So I'm gonna drain it one more time and then continue. Alright, so I got the drain plug back in. I'm going to add this flush to it. So you just add this and then fill the rest up with water, and then you run it for 10 minutes, and it'll clean your system out really good. And then after it's clean, or after 10 minutes, I'll let it cool off, drain it, and then add the real coolant into it. So don't know what this is. I'm assuming it's some sort of acid. Yeah, it's probably either an acid or a base. I'm not sure which, but it doesn't say what it's made out of. I'm going to open the service port here so that the air will come out and I'll fill faster. Just another added benefit of that, adding that port there. Water starts coming out of that, we know that water's full at least from here to there. Cool. So I will I'll put the cap back on and then start it up and let it run for 10 minutes. And then we'll collect whatever drains out and we'll see what it looks like, see if we actually did anything, because the water was running totally clear before we started this part, so we'll see if we actually get anything. Alright, so I got ran for 10 minutes. I got the drain plug kind of out right now. I'll be getting the rest out as best I can without burning myself. It's a little hot. That's okay. Probably do it fast. It's real hot. We'll see if anything different comes out this time. Just pop all my caps here. Kind of a silly valve that Jeep has there. See if you can see it. If you look right, let's see. I can see it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the camera to do it though. You can kind of see. Oh man, it will never focus like that. Anyway, there we go. So I just got it halfway out so that it leaks out controllably since it's so hot. So you can see the water's kind of nasty, even though it was clear before we did the flush. Alright, so I'll pop open my service cap. Just get some more airflow going. There we go. And I did put it on the right hose, so but if not, on this particular vehicle, this little valve right here actually switches under a vacuum when you flip your heater to heat, and it opens this valve and it allows the fluid to flow. So it's kind of cool. Cool. Well, just gonna put coolant back in it after this drains out. No need to show you guys the whole drain process. That's the coolant came out of it. It's pretty gross. So I'm just gonna take this stuff. This is full strength. So I'm gonna do one and then add one of these of water, and then I'm gonna do it again until it's full. And that's it. Pretty easy. But yeah, so that's how you do your flush and fill for a 96 Jeep Cherokee. Running out of good maintenance stuff to do to this thing. I did most of it. Did the transmission flush or fluid change and everything the other day. That was kind of a nightmare. But yeah, not too much left other than I'm gonna hit the paint up with a buffer and bring it back, especially on the hood here. You can see a couple spots where I did do some. So, but yeah, coming along good. All right, thanks for watching.